we have footage of the Parkland, Florida school shooter, and he was looking distraught in a hospital gown, pointing his finger at his head and body as if he was shooting himself, saying, "Kill me," and then talking about demons. And the reason this story is so important to me is because I want you to know that all human beings who have anger are dealing with these same spirits. They're dealing with the same thing. And the voices in your head are not your own. You are not your thoughts. You don't create thoughts. And they are not from God. They are from your father, the devil. And the unfortunate thing is, in that father state, you've been told that anger is good and that is okay. And by you accepting anger, you have no other choice but to accept your father, the devil. But when you reject anger, you likewise reject all thoughts, realizing that you're not your thoughts. Here's the first soundbite from Fox News. Parkland shooter punches himself in the face.
Kill me.
For the first time, we see Nikolas Cruz breaking down and pretending to kill himself inside the Broward County interrogation room. Shortly before the detective enters the room, Cruz punches himself in the face over and over. He eventually explains to the detective why he did what he did. The voice, the demon inside his head.
And what does the voice say to you? Well, what does it tell you to do?
Burn, kill, destroy.
Okay, burn, kill, destroy what?
Anything.
It's true. And the reason this is so important again, I want you to get to know yourself so you can know that every thought you get is a lie. No such thing as a good one. They're all setups. They build you up to let you down. They convince you that wrong is right and right is wrong. You live in them. You escape from the traumas into your imagination. And God said to bring every thought into captivity. Every thought. Nikolas' brother eventually comes in and hugs him.
At another point during the session, the detective steps out of the room and Cruz bites his forearm, trying to bleed. Cruz also makes a gun with his fingers, pulling the trigger to his head, mouth, and heart.
Okay, Zach, have a seat.
Cruz's 18-year-old brother, Zachary, is let in around midnight, and that's when Cruz shakes and sobs in his arms. Cruz also reveals he'd attempted suicide twice, how lonely he was, and depressed over his mother's recent death.
And the last soundbite, he talks about a demon that the detective keeps asking him about.
So the demon wanted you to do wrong, but
Throughout the 12-hour interview, the detective keeps zeroing back in on this so-called demon. Cruz never budges.
why did he stop it then?
I don't like the demon. I don't like the demon. I don't like the demon. I don't like the demon.
Well, that's if the demon even exists.
I get a attorney or something.
It's amazing. And the same spirit that is controlling this young man is controlling you if you have anger. Anywhere in the world, it's the same spirit. Either you're of the spirit of good or you're of the spirit of evil. And you can't be of but one. You can't serve two. You're completely of one or the other. You can't ride two horses at the same time. And so the answer to the biblical question, how do you resist the devil? The only way that you can resist the devil, you got to overcome his spirit. You got to forgive so that God can take the spirit away from you. And once that is gone, you resist him by doubting every thought that you get. God's voice is a quiet, voiceless voice. It's a revelation. He doesn't talk to you in your head. He doesn't quote scriptures in your head. All right? That's your father, the devil. And so I wanted to really get that across to you. You must be born again. And what the new birth is about, overcoming the spirit of your mother and returning to the spirit of your father. You can accept it or leave it. It's up to you. You can either forgive and live or hold on to the anger and die. Because believe me, all angry people are dying and not living. Christ came that you might live. Satan is there pretending to be God that you might die. All right? It's up to you.